Yeah. Mommy!
Yeah?
I can see something.
Okay, where are you? Where are you? Oh, you gave me a fright! Oh, no! It's so scary! You scared me.
Oh, morning, whānau. Another nice, beautiful day. And what a great way to start our day with these guys. Yoo-hoo. Here we go. Say good morning, morena.
Morena.
Good morning. Here we are, the boys getting ready with their little iPads for your online schooling. Let's do this. Be careful, don't jump too high with her on there. Okay, so here we go. Here's all the little bits that the boys have found on their school project, their scavenger hunt. So now let's tick off our checklist. Okay, you boys, 5 leaves. Point to your 5 leaves.
Here.
There. Awesome. Stick longer than your hand.
Here.
There. Well done. Rock with spots.
Here.
Rock with spots. Good. A flower.
Flower.
Yep.
Mine's dead.
Yep, yours is dead. All right. 10 blades of grass. There's all your
Here.
blades of grass. Yep, there.
Oh, here.
All the grass there. Yep. Okay. Something you love to play with.
Oh, here.
Oh, yep, that's your stick there.
Ha
And you can have that one.
Oh, yeah.
So yep, hold on. So yep, you guys like playing with those, spinning around like ninjas. Next one, recycle trash. Here's yours, bit of plastic you found. The trash.
Here.
Yep, and yours too, bit of plastic. Something brown.
Oh, I know.
Brown.
Is it cloud shoe?
Yep, brown. No, that's it. So brown. Well done. Something heavy. Yep, the big rocks. Nice. Awesome. Something light. What's light? Light.
Oh, I
Yeah, feather.
Oh, here.
Yeah, there's your feather. Well done. Yep, well done. Next one. Needs sun to live. What needs sun to live? You've picked another flower. Nice. What did you pick, sun? Sun to live.
No.
Did you have a flower?
No.
You did. What's those?
Okay. Are you there?
There you go, flower. Okay. Item smaller than your thumb. What's smaller than your thumb? What is smaller than your thumb? Nice. Nice little rock. What's your son?
iPads.
Here we go. Here's Ladinia. She's found all hers. She actually did a really good job in finding all these bits and pieces, so well done to my baby. Hey, my baby. Hey. Oh, she's tired. Oh, busy day putting up with your noisy brothers. Here we go. So, we are now going to do an activity, which is Lakin's got to dance and spell his name out. Same with Lakin and Levante.
I'm Levante, not Lincoln.
I said you're going to be dancing with Lakin.
And Levante.
Okay?
Put it up here.
Say Lakin! And he is just going to dance out his name. Let's go. Now. Awesome. Hey. Yeah. I. K. Yep. E. E. Yeah. N. Well done. And here we go. Contact. L. E. V. A. N. C. E. Well done. Well, kia ora whānau, family, friends, here we are. Finally got the kids down, so that was good. What did we achieve today? Well, I guess it was one of those days that just don't go to plan. You know, I was trying to download a lot of stuff, free up the memory space and storage on my phone, and unfortunately kids were playing with it. I didn't realise, so I deleted a lot of stuff, didn't realise it had been it wasn't transferred, and you know, yeah, again, you know, these things happen. I'm a bit of a dinosaur, I guess, when it comes to kind of, you know, electronics and stuff like that, but, you know, a bit of a yin and yang. My wife, she's good at that stuff, so it's good. Yin and yang when it comes to things like that, but, yeah, man, hey, things happen, all good. Just got to kind of adapt, get over it, move on. So yeah, it's probably what people wondering why I say on Facebook, you know, I've got day 36 before day 37. Wow, that's why, because yeah, my stuff wasn't working. Yeah, and yeah, I'm a shocker when it comes to a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to this kind of stuff, but all good. Hey, we all have our talents, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, it was just good to kind of I guess just see these kind of things. Kids when keeping our kids in high spirits is probably my main focus at times because again it can play a lot on me and my wife. Again, so they're definitely energized. So it's definitely good seeing ways that we can kind of burn their burn their energy, I guess, in a positive. But so far so good. So yeah, but otherwise, today's the 30th of April, which is our Thursday. So I hope everyone had a great day. We are in our 38th day here of me and my whānau been in our little ISO bubble. So far so good. We've had 3 new cases here reported, which is great because that's low. But again, we've got 1,476 in total cases. No new deaths, which is great. And only 7 people hospitalised and no people in ICU. But overall, we've got 84% of all COVID cases that have now recovered. And so that's excellent. Hearing that number, get a good kind of understanding. Wow, 84% of people have fully recovered. Wow. So that's it's definitely good to hear. But sad to say, fast food chains, we definitely need to step up, man. Like there's been a few interviews here, I guess, on our TV outlets, or our news channels with the frontline staff, at these fast food joints, and they obviously have no COVID-19 protocols. Staff are working directly next to each other, and then again, they're not ensuring the social distancing, the 2-meter distancing between people coming through drive-through and so forth. So yeah, it's a huge level of trust, and we can't jeopardize our aims, in eliminating this COVID-19 if people out there are just going to be more focused on money. Okay, I understand the building game, inside out. I've done everything within the industry, and what I realize is as soon as it comes to safety, it kind of goes out the window because again it can become a cost and it takes time, and unfortunately, people management and that can easily overlook it again because it can slow production. It can and unfortunately you're working at at these fast food joints. They're probably about boom. So let's get a mass turnover. Let's and sad to say that that's the reason why we're jeopardizing our front line. So hopefully government officials, whoever, just keep a close eye on this because again it's as much as they can send an email saying look we're doing this process or this protocol and it sounds all good through an email, anyone can talk it up, but proof's in the pudding, and end of the day, if I know the staff are just going to do what they're being told. It's simple. It's like that within building. I've seen it many a times. People, no, I'm not going to do that because it's unsafe. Well, hey, see you later. And it's sad. It's sad because if something happens, it's a different ball game, is it? It's no, I never said that. Or you'll get management checking on their words. But so again, I just hope government officials or whoever's involved in ensuring that this is happening is making sure of it because I don't see it. I don't see it improving anytime soon. To tell you the truth. But otherwise, again, I know there's a lot of abuse and a lot of frustration, especially now since we've gone down to alert level 3 from alert level 4, and now people are kind of like, wow, that means, hey, we can hold hands or whatever. We all can go shopping, but again, you got to remember that it's still a lot of the rules are still implicated through alert level 4. Okay, and people aren't quite understanding that. They aren't quite comprehending that. They just think alert level 3, and they're going out there, and then they're getting quite frustrated. And unfortunately, there's a lot of reports that supermarket workers are getting abused. You've got to realize that your poor checkout person isn't the one creating these systems. That it's this has all been a collective. This is a collective solution that government and everyone else have come together, saying, look, this is the best way for us to battle this. So it's not your poor lady man at the checkout. It's not them instructing how things run and operate. So man, they shouldn't be getting air bashed. Poor things. We're getting minimal wage. And minimal wage, and it's just sad to see some people out there just so clueless and taking it out on the wrong people. Man, just relax. It's so and this huge rise here in New Zealand within shoplifting. So again, people see an opportunity with this kind of one person in the shop, one person out, and again, people can obviously taking advantage of that and shoplifting, a lot of break-ins. So You know, I know it's hard out there, but yeah, it's just sad that, you know, things are evolving the way they are. You know, true intentions of people are coming out. You know, we are in an economic recession. You know, it's the truth of what we are, what we're facing. You know, and we are in an economic depression. Yeah, it's worldwide, man. It's affecting so many people on all different scales and all different ways. It's, you know, it's a huge domino effect. But you know, so I definitely know there's been huge talk about international travel, which again, man, they ain't happening anytime soon. You know, as much as they talk about it, it might sound good, but you know, there's so many things to consider. You know, you can't quarantine for 2 weeks. What, quarantine for 2 weeks? Have a holiday for a week. Have another 2 weeks quarantine when you go back. Ooh, 5 weeks. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. You know, definitely need some sort of rapid testing to get faster results. You know, it's the only way. But again, if not that, then you've got to sort out some sort of medical certificates to approve, you know, you being fit to travel. But again, these, you know, these hard things to implicate and incorporate into any kind of structure or any kind of business. You know, so many things to kind of consider and tee up, and you know, and you're talking months and months of just trying to organise all that. But hey, at least it sounds good. But otherwise, I guess it's interesting how government have decided to calculate our COVID-19 community transmission cases. You know, it's, well, I was watching how the professor explained it, and he was saying how it's like one person has got it within the community, and then he passes it on to 4 other people. You know, they will cross paths within the community, and only that one person is now counted or added into the community transmission data, not the other 4, not the other 4 that he come in contact with. You know, and then those other 4 will come in contact with more, and those other, well, they're not all included. It's only that one initial person. Well, that's pretty interesting. Now I understand why there's low percentages, and they sound awesome, especially when you're hitting the kind of worldwide, you know, the worldwide notice. They're all well aware of going, wow, look at New Zealand, they're eliminating it, and but now I understand why. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. All right, yeah, so I guess it's a pretty crucial area to make sure that you are, I guess, yeah, you are doing it in the right way to actually include many more to ensure that it's accurate. It doesn't just sound good. But hey, anyway, just yeah, love, thoughts and prayers, I guess, going out to all our New Zealand farmers. Man, it was heartbreaking seeing a farmer. He wouldn't even comment on the interview, on the fact of just, you know, how much stress they're under. I couldn't imagine, you know, Papa Tonuku, you know, they not happy, man. It's, you know, it's, yeah, it's sad to see, you know, we've been through so much, let alone COVID and everything else, but our Mother Nature, she's, you know, we've got extreme heats to extreme colds to cyclones to, you know, earthquakes to floods to all the extreme bushfires, everything. You know, it's just a bit of a, you know, realization, I guess, on you know, look, we're coming to a point of our life where things need to change dramatically. So for the likes of farmers, look, we need to look at solutions to be making sure that you can, I guess, get a upper hand on when these hard times come. You know, they have got feed shortages, you know, feed shortage for, you know, and now since slaughterhouses aren't operating, they have to feed more animals again. So all these things are starting to tally up, and now all of a sudden you're getting huge droughts. You know, so you know, I just feel for them, because I know after battle, it's not getting any easier. You know, so yeah, just thoughts and prayers going out to all our farmers out there. You know, definitely been a huge backbone of our country. You know, but yeah, just hopefully they can come together and sort some solutions, and just, yeah, be able to kind of get on top of things, and yeah, be able to put some better systems in for, you know, to be able to battle these challenges. But otherwise, it's hard case. There's a bit of controversy with our government and the police. You know, it has to do with our locals, you know, forming their own little local community road checks, checkpoints. And to me, honestly, man, I've always backed it and think, well, why not? Hey, you should be up there and ensuring your communities, or you know who's coming in and out, and, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of talk where the government's like, yeah, not happy at all that the fact that these locals are out there doing it, where I you know, respect the cops on their answer, and them actually saying, look, you know, they are doing it legally. Look, we actually support them in what these locals are doing. You know, it's helping them, obviously, but also, you know, it's a safer option to allow locals to do this, because if you don't, you're going to start causing tension. You're going to start causing protests, and you know, and that's one thing we don't need. We don't need to be adding fuel to the fire. We need to be uniting and finding solutions. So it's good. It was good to hear that, you know, the police are actually you know, siding on the locals. But otherwise, I know, lastly, there's, you know, 72% of youths youths that were surveyed have suffered mental health issues or depression, you know, due to this COVID-19. So again, you know, look, you know, you've got so much to offer. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You know, you're youth, you're young, and you know, there are definitely these helplines out there. What is it? Helpline, yeah, helpline. Call, text 1737. You know, and it might be something new to you. So by all means, you know, these feelings might be new. You might not be sure why you're feeling down or out, or you know. But again, look, you're not alone in these battles. You know, we're all facing so many challenges, and all these new obstacles are scary. You know, but again, look, definitely put it out there. You need help, call this helpline, you know, 1737. Text them if easier, and honestly, you know, you're worth it. So you know, head up, onwards and upwards. You know, we got this, and yeah, don't feel that you're battling this alone. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, just yeah, thanks everyone for listening again. I guess yeah, just keep smiling. That's key. You know, you got to keep positive in this hard time, and you know, that's what it's about. That's what's going to get us through this. Sharing that love, you know. But otherwise, yeah, have a good night. Pumariet.